I'm rocking an IDFA long sleeve t-shirt here. So yeah, so I just posted a new video, guys. Go check it out. It's about Gladys Portuguese. She was from the 1980s, a female bodybuilder. Had a great combination of beauty and muscle. You got to check out the video. So just go to my channel. It's Shaun Campbell 2.0. I just posted a video about her. And she's the female bodybuilder from the 80s that married Jean-Claude Van Damme, the action superstar, the movie star. So, and they're still married to this day, because I just double checked it on Wikipedia, whatever. They're still married. They got married in like 1987, but then they had a short divorce between 92 and 99, got remarried in 99, and they've been married ever since. And they have 2 kids together. So anyway, I just did a video about her posing routine from the 1985 Miss Olympia. You got to check it out. This is back when women bodybuilders had a nice feminine maybe not all of them, right? But there was a few in the mix back then that had like really feminine qualities and muscle and all that stuff. She was one. Before her was Rachel McLeish. That's one before her. Then after her was like Sharon Bernot. And there's probably more. I got to find more of these women bodybuilders because I want to do more videos like that because they're real fun to do. So it's really cool because back in the day, like in the 80s and 90s when I was like a young man, I used to be really, when I first saw women's female bodybuilding, that they kind of looked like, there was girls like her in the magazines, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was really attracted to like women who worked out with weights, right? So anytime I saw anyone who was fairly attractive and had a bit of muscle and they were working on the weight room, it really got my attention, if you know what I'm saying, right? And so the magazines, so stuff like, so like Gladys Portuguese, Rachel McLeish, I guess even Corey Everson, but she's a little bit bigger, because that's when they started getting a little bit bigger. I said I like petite, like if it's just personal preference, right, would be petite, fit girls, right? Okay, what are we doing here? Let's see if anyone's on here. Again, if you're on here, say hi. Let's subscribe. Let's get rocking and rolling. We're building up this subscription base, guys. Hi, Safwaneth. Where are you from? Health is wealth. That is so true. Your greatest wealth is your health, or whatever. I forget how the saying goes, but there's something like that, right? Lord Calamus. Where are you guys from? India. Awesome. Yeah. I'm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I'm Shaun Campbell 2.0. I just dropped a video about Gladys Portuguese, who is a female bodybuilder who married Jean-Claude Van Damme, the movie star, right? They're married to this day, guys. So I did a video on her, and she's a very beautiful, muscular woman. Did a video on her and her posing routine from the 1985 Miss Olympia. So go check that out. It's on my channel. So Shaun Campbell 2.0, go to my channel. Subscribe while you're there. Go check out that video. Then I got a video about Sharon Bernot, who is also another feminine, attractive woman's bodybuilder. I did a video on her. And then I did another video recently on the Arnold. I did a book review on the Arnold Schwarzenegger Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding. So check that out as well, guys. And then I got some workout stuff. I got a lot of stuff on the channel, guys. So check it out. So I got a weird light in here because everything's kind of like a yellowish, but that's okay. Because at nighttime, I have the lights from the indoor lights, and they're kind of like a yellowish tinge. You don't realize that they're so weird looking until you go to look at yourself on camera. Okay. Yeah, so if anyone's new on here who hasn't subscribed to the channel yet, go for it. Drop a subscription, guys. I run the International Drug-Free Athletics as well, which is natural bodybuilding. So that's why I really like covering the woman from the golden age, because back then, steroids wasn't that big of a thing, right? Like the woman back then, the muscular women looked like muscular, fit women. Maybe a little more muscular than the average woman, obviously, but they were still looked attainable and looked feminine at the same time, because you can be feminine and muscular at the same time. You just check out the last 2 videos I made. So if you have any questions or anything, or you want to let me know where you're from or anything, just drop it in here in the chat. We'll talk. I also promote Workout Warrior, which is my brand I'm trying to grow here. Stu Kotz, let's not do that, man. Let's not talk about that kind of stuff on here, guy. So who on here is interested in fitness, okay? And if you're not even, just subscribe to the channel. Because I talk about everything from fitness to workout to female bodybuilders, even from the olden days. I think I'm going to start going to the... I like the old... when I look back at the 80s and 90s bodybuilding, it kind of really motivates me. Because the physiques looked a little bit more attainable. They weren't so extreme. And it was just cool because it's also from... That's my genre, right? Back I began working out in the 80s and 90s, right? So I have good memories from all that, right? And looking at the magazines back then, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's true. I never say A. That's funny. But yeah, no, I am Canadian. I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, guys. All right, eh? I never say A. Or do I say sorry? I gotta say sorry. Oh yeah, sorry about that. I guess I don't really do anything that's Canadian-ish. I don't really use the word A, I don't think. I probably do, but I don't think I do. And I don't say, well, I do say sorry, but when I'm on here, I don't say sorry, because it's more you kind of bump into someone or something, or someone. You're a fellow Canuck, where are you from? Yeah, so where are you guys all from? Come on in here. Let me know where you're from. So I got the two logos on my arm, right? The Workout Warrior and IDFA. These are my two brands, right? The IDFA are my natural bodybuilding competitions. The PEG, Winnipeg. Is it cold over there? I'm sure it's cold as hell right now. Well, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it would be. Whoa. Do you guys want me to just talk like this for the rest? I'm rocking shorts. So I'm just hanging out in the house, right? So yeah, maybe this is a good point of view to talk. It actually looks cool. Whether you guys think it looks cool, I think it looks really cool. I almost want to take a picture. Can I do a screen grab on this shit? I want to take a picture like this one day. That's pretty cool. Never tried that before, so I'm gonna take a picture like that one day. Sweater weather for sure, but not bad. Like, you mean it's not like -20 or nothing like that right now, Winnipeg? What's the temperature, Celsius? Because we're Canadian, we do Celsius. So if he's going to drop us a temperature, it's going to be Celsius if you're not from Canada. Because here it is about 5 degrees or so. I'm not sure what the exact temperature is right now, but I think today was like between 5 and 10 degrees Celsius. So it's -10 degrees Celsius right now. That's not sweater weather. For us in Toronto, that's like we'd be freezing our ass off. That's stay home weather. That's take the day off work weather. That's I can't make it to work today weather. We're babies over here, but I guess you guys get like -40 and shit like that. So that's pretty wild. Do you know Brandon, Manitoba? Brandon, Manitoba? -10 is almost shorts weather. You're fucking funny. I used to go to Brandon, Manitoba about 10 times. I went there about 10 times because I used to run a natural bodybuilding competition in Brandon, Manitoba. So I'd fly into Winnipeg, and then I'd just get a rental car, and I'd drive like 2 hours to Brandon, Manitoba. And people, because people say, oh, it's, because I guess for out there, people thought it wasn't that big of a deal to drive out to Brandon. Like, people from Winnipeg would drive out to Brandon to do the competition. There was no big deal. There's that one highway, I think it's Highway 1 or something. I can't remember the exact one. And they just drove straight there, basically, to Brandon, Manitoba. It was like a straight line drive all the way there. And people said, yeah, that's close. They just figured that was not a big deal. Like a 2-hour drive on the highway is no big deal. Like here, it's like, oh my God, you don't live within 45 minutes away. You're fucked. That's too far, man. That's how we think here, right? Because to drive into from where I'm at now, I'm a little outside downtown Toronto, so to drive into downtown Toronto is about 40 minutes, and people would complain about that. Oh my God, that's too far, man. Can't you live closer? Holy shit! But meanwhile, people in Winnipeg are willing to drive like 2 hours to go do things. So yeah, guys, if you guys are following me, I'm Shaun Campbell 2.0. I'm on all this. I'm on social medias, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok a lot. And it's Shaun Campbell 2.0 on all those. And then, of course, YouTube. So subscribe to that. Just dropped 2 or 3 new. I dropped, well, this week, I think, within the last 7 days, I've dropped about 3 new videos. And the videos are, well, actually 4 new videos. One's a back workout. I did a back and biceps workout. So a pull workout. So the full pull workout, I record the whole thing. So you see every single set, every single rep I do. And how to set up the exercises, all that. So basically everything you need to know about my pull workout is in one workout. Then I did a video on Sharon Bernot and her posing routine at the 1992 Olympia. Cool video, because I talked about her being my crush in the 90s. Then I did a video on Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia. I did a book review on that. So I'll give you my thoughts on what I thought about it. And then I just dropped the video about Gladys Portuguese, the most beautiful woman in bodybuilding, I just called it, right? Maybe it's a little bit extreme because it's all in the eye of the beholder, but that's the catchy title, right? And she's also the wife of Jean-Claude Van Damme, which is the action superstar. We all know him from all the kicking and all that fun stuff. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Bloodsport and all that stuff, right? An hour or 2 is nothing for a drive. Cool, I love it. Yeah, so go check out those videos. Subscribe to the channel, guys, if you're here. Check out my, I post a lot of shorts too all the time. So I'm always there. You'll always see some new content. I go on live almost every single day. You know what I mean? Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme is cool. So his wife is the woman I just did the video on, and she's very attractive. Now you when you see the video, that was when they first met. Around the same time they first met. When you see the video, you'll see why he would have been attracted to her. It's like, holy shit, because he's obviously into fitness and he was into bodybuilding and stuff too. So I think he might have did bodybuilding shows before in the past as well. So they must have that common bond, whatever, right? Because she's obviously very fit, but she's not like a typical woman's bodybuilder. You'll know when you see. It's not typical. She's not typical. So I'm trying to find more of these type of women on the YouTube and that, like the women's bodybuilders who are like known for being like feminine and muscular and attractive. I'm trying to look for them. So I found a few. Rachel McLeish. So I'm going to do one on her soon. I did Sharon Bernot already, which she's very well known for being sexy and attractive and all that stuff and muscular. And then we got Gladys Portuguese. So there's got to be more. I'm sure there's way more. I'm just trying to get I just want to do the videos on the famous ones for now, because Gladys Portuguese is famous. Sharon Bernot is famous. Rachel McLeish is famous because she was the Miss Olympia before the girls started getting big, like Corey Everson and all that kind of stuff, right? So yeah, guys, so ask me any question you want to know. Like, I love talking about bodybuilding stuff. I like talking about natural bodybuilding stuff, fitness stuff, anything you want to talk about, I'm into it. Any of the Asian ones, like Asian bodybuilders, women bodybuilders? Maybe the recent one. I'm looking for the ones more from like the 70s, like 80s and 90s, but before like steroids was a big thing. You know what I'm saying? I kind of want bodybuilders. I like doing like the one they show the bodybuilding routines and the girls are kind of feminine. They do like a feminine. It's just kind of like the golden age of bodybuilding. I'm trying to look for those girls right now. But no, I know what you're talking about. Like some of these like bikini competitors and stuff are crazy, right? But I'm trying to look more right now, just for a while until I do enough videos on it. I want to try and you know what I mean, the golden era of bodybuilding. I want to try to focus on that for a while. Back when women didn't do extreme shit like they do now, because nowadays it's just outrageous, right? Because basically I like covering the girls who look like they could be like natural bodybuilders, basically, right? Because even the guys and men, the men and women are just, the amount of drugs and stuff is just crazy in this sport, right? So it's just pretty outrageous, the physiques on these people. Because I might even do like maybe figure competitors and stuff from a long time ago too, right? Back before it got crazy. Even figure competitors used to look great. And then now they're like, holy shit. They look great. There's a difference between looking great and looking like, holy shit. Like, they look impressive now. Yeah, the athletes these days are impressive. It's like, holy shit. But they don't have like a natural looking beauty to them. You know what I mean? Because you look at me, you already know, okay, that's fucking jacked up the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think, you kind of want to see a physique and say, wow, is that possible? But it looks so great, but it looks possible. These people now, they don't even look possible. Even the bikini competitors don't look possible. The amount of drugs people are taking is outrageous. Drugs don't work. Yeah, they do. It's obvious they work. But obviously you gotta have a good genetic physique anyways. You can't create a great physique with just because of drugs. You can't have bad genetics and drugs. You're just gonna have a better bad physique, if that makes it. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna have a bad physique with more muscle. But if you have a great genetics, and then you're on whatever gear, whatever the hell you want to call it, you can have a pretty crazy looking physique, but it doesn't look natural. That's the problem, right? I'm trying to think of other bodybuilders back in the day. Wasn't there like Tanya Knight or something? Was that a name? I'll have to look that one up. But I think she might have been a little bit jacked, but let's see if maybe I can find her in bodybuilding days where she didn't look so jacked and doing a posing routine on stage or something. So I'm pretty sure there's a girl named Tanya Knight, was like a blonde-haired girl who was pretty attractive, who was also maybe one of the American Gladiators, maybe? Like, but the American Gladiators were all pretty jacked, but I think there was a couple that weren't so crazy looking. Because I want to honor the ones that didn't look so crazy and do a video on them, because it sort of goes hand in hand with natural bodybuilding. It doesn't look too extreme for me to be talking about. I don't want to be talking about girls where it look like guys. Not to be rude, right? To each their own, but you know what I'm saying. Like, if the girl's physique is borderline bigger than a guy, we don't need to be, and they don't. I don't want to do a video on them, right? Hey Petra, nice to see you back. It was just last night, right? Where are you from again? Just remind me here. I forget. Oh shit, that's right. Jesus Christ, you're close. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah. I used to live in Burlington. I like Burlington. Burlington's cool. Because you got the harbor front right there. I love that place, man. Go down to the water. That's, especially in the summer. Because right now it's kind of probably cold, right? Or a little chilly. But when the summer's here, that place, I used to go there almost every day for a while. Like, I was going there every single day. So it's just nice to get some sun and hang out in the sun, right? No, I don't got a boat, but shit, that'd be even better. Do you have a boat? I used to just go down there they have like a little, okay. They have a little like beach area where if you just go around, like going towards Hamilton. So you just go around the bend there. There's like a little beach area. So when I found that, I was like, this is great. So I'd go there all the time and just hang out and get some suntan and all that kind of stuff, right? And I have kids, right? So I'd always bring them with me and we just hang out. We'd hang out there for the whole day. What's the story behind that large trophy? People always ask me that, but let's talk about it. 'Cause I always forget if I tell you or not. Okay, that trophy right there, where is it? Yeah, right there. That's my very first trophy ever. Because I competed in natural bodybuilding competitions. I got probably about 15 shows in my life. That was my very first one I did in the year 2000, right up there, the natural, that one. And I got first place. It was in the year 2000. It was in a natural bodybuilding competition in Buffalo. There were 7 guys. It was novice lightweight. So I believe at the time it was like 150 pounds and under, or 153 pounds and under, something like that. So I came in shredded like a motherfucker, and I was really well prepared. It's my very first time ever competing. So I took my posing very seriously and all that kind of stuff, and I came in really, really good conditioning. And I ended up taking first place. I kind of went in there just wanting to not make a, you go into a show, just you put it, you give it 100%, or people always say 110, but you can't do that, right? So there's only such thing as 100. So you give it 100%, but you go in there knowing, because you don't want to make a fool of yourself. So you give it 100%, and then you just say, whatever happens, happens. I just know I did everything I absolutely possibly could, right? But it ended up being enough. So I ended up coming in there because I feel like I won a lot due to the presentation, because people tend to not take the presentation as serious as they should, right? So yeah. So that's what that is. It's from the year 2000. It's from the NGA Natural Can-Am Championships in Buffalo, New York. They still run shows now. So that's the year 2000, the very first time I ever competed. And I got first in novice lightweight division. Yeah, that cup, no, I've never drank anything out of it before, no. And those 3 cups back there, be honest with you, those aren't even, well, they're mine because I own them, but I didn't win those ones. Those are just generic not generic, there's ones I have on display, so I have something on my little area there. Because those are the trophies I give out at my shows. Because I run natural bodybuilding competitions, so those are like first place or overall trophy type things you get to people. Like, it's just generic, right? I got IDFA on it. So basically, if you want to take pictures with a trophy at the show or something at the booth, I have like this there. So if they want to hold it up, that way the IDFA is in every shot. So I'm marketing the brand. But this is the same style trophy I'd give out. Say if it's bodybuilding, I would be first place bodybuilding, and this would be like one of the trophies, right? But this is just a generic one that says IDFA, just for holding up for pictures, like yeah, Instagram or something, right? Or for me putting here in the background. But I have a couple cups that are similar to that I've won shows. I went to the States and did another show in Atlanta, Georgia. No, it was in Savannah, Georgia, but it's close to Atlanta, right? So I went to Savannah, Georgia in 2017, and I won 3 of those cups because I got first place, because I did Masters division, like over 40, right? So yeah, so I got first place in my class, over 40, and then first place for the overall, with the 40 and 50 overall. So it's pretty cool. So I got a couple of those cups just like that, right? Yeah, I'm just going to engrave it with my names in it. No, know how old I am, brother? Or yeah, we determined I'm 53. Yeah, so I turned 40 whatever, and like, so in 2016 I would have been like 40. How old would I have been? 44? Yeah, because that's like what, 7 years. Yeah, so I'm 53, man. So yeah, so like I pride myself in staying in good shape. You know what I mean? That's why every once in a while, even now, I'm on like a program trying to put on weight and everything. Because you gotta always continuously set physique or physical goals for yourself, just to keep yourself motivated and inspired, right? Because it's tough, because it's very easy to fall apart. The older you get, people get lazier and lazier and lazier, right? And then they also succumb to it and say, oh, I'm just old, who cares, right? I don't think that way. I know eventually it's all going to catch up because you can't just defeat Father Time. It's going to catch you. When you're 80, you're going to be 80. You can't, but you can be the best damn 80 possible. You know what I mean? I don't know when it's gonna. Like, I don't really notice anything major happening yet, but I know I'm sure at some point. But you definitely there's nothing saying you can't take care of yourself the best you possibly can, right? So that's why I also, since I'm 53, I'm making a goal. I actually don't. I haven't said this out loud to anybody. No one know. I've never said, because right now I'm just talking. I feel like sometimes you're on here, you feel like you're just like almost like a confessional or something. Like I feel like no one's watching. I'm just talking. Like I guess, my journaling my life. But I'm actually thinking in the back of my mind that I may compete at the end of the year, just to say I competed in my 50s. Because in my 40s I competed about 3 or 4 times. And I thought I was just going to do it because I'm over 40 just to say I'm going to compete. But now I almost feel like I want to, because I'm going through a mass building phase, what do you want to call it, like strength building and trying to put on extra weight. I want to keep going as high until I don't feel comfortable with how much weight I put on, and then reverse it. Kind of like what Sam Sulek does. He does a mass phase and he does a dieting phase. I may do a mass phase and then do a dieting phase into a show. I'm not sure. Do I play any basketball? No, but I like it. It's fun to play, but I've never played it as an organized sport or anything, but I played like, when I was younger, I used to my buddies, we just play like 1-on-1 and 3-on-3 and stuff like that, and I always thought that was fun, but I never played like organized basketball. I just played like, let's go to the park and fucking do 1-on-1 or 3-on-3, that kind of thing, right? And the thing is, because I was older, I would do better because these guys are better basketball players than me, but I was way more fit than them. So that is definitely an advantage, because you can be a lot less talented, but if you can get the ball and they can't get it and they can't keep up with you, all of a sudden you're getting baskets that if they were fit like you, they would stop you. But so my fitness level, because I'm talking about like me when I was in my late 30s playing with these guys, because most people, like the high school athletes, typically by the time they're 30, they're washed up. They're like, oh my God, I can't run no more, and I this, that, and they're all chubby and stuff, right? So in my 30s, I was probably my peak condition ever, right? Because that's when I was like competing in bodybuilding and all that stuff, and I was in the best physical shape ever. My 30s, right? That's when I felt like it was my best shape of my life, right? So I'd be like running around like with any recreational sports with all these people that are ex-athletes. Because I used to do wrestling and all this stuff. So I've always done wrestling, like one-on-one things, like wrestling, lifting weights, competing in bodybuilding. I like one-on-one where I'm in control of my own destiny, right? So I did a lot of stuff like that. That's probably why I like working out with weights still, right? Because I just feel like I can do it anytime I want, and I'm in total control. Like, I don't have to, you don't answer to nobody. You're not competing with anybody. You're competing with yourself. That's it. Even when I do a bodybuilding show, I compete. Yeah, there's people in the lineup, but it's a subjective sport, so I'm not competing against you. I just do all the work I can. I show up with a certain look. That's all I have control of, and make sure I display it properly. And then the rest just falls where it may. If the competition's weaker than me, whatever, I'm going to get first. If the competition's way better than me, I'm not going to get first. So there's no control. You just show up and do your thing. Well, you don't have to be like to compete in these bodybuilding shows. You don't have to be anything special, right? Because basically nowadays anybody competes. Like, people do it for their own reason, right? There's different levels. Of course, there's gonna be people that show up. They come in here looking phenomenal. There's gonna be people that show up just looking very average. Everyone comes in for their own reason. So as long as you put the effort into it and you commit to doing a show, you're welcome to compete, right? Because we have novice levels, open levels. Then we also have age categories, like if you're over 40 or you're over 50, we have that. And then we have a transformation division also, just for someone who just basically has a body transformation, doesn't necessarily want to compete in the other divisions, just wants to showcase their before and after on stage, right? So basically, all levels can compete these days. Yeah, powerlifting is good for that too. Bodybuilding, powerlifting, I don't know, anything like that. Or even if you run marathons and stuff, because because a lot of people will go run a marathon, but they're doing it for a time or to say they did it, right? Like a bucket list. Yeah. Matt, that's a really good. That's what I find. That's really team sport or like even like safe martial arts. There's like classes and stuff. All these time constraints, I don't really like them, right? Because I like because when life gets in the way, or we all have our own lives I want to live. When you're 50, 40, whatever, you want to live your own fucking life. You don't want someone telling you to be at a certain place at a certain time and all that stuff. Do you know what? I never even know. Like tomorrow, I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna work out. But do I know what time I'm working out tomorrow? I don't know. I just know I'm working out tomorrow, back and biceps. I don't know what time. I feel like I've already thought to myself, because I may go to my buddy's gym at JP's at 2 p.m. tomorrow, maybe, or I could go work out over here at the Y, which is just right over here, or I could go work out at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Like, I don't know, but I'm gonna work out that day. See, but if I had a jujitsu class and it had to be at 6:30 p.m., now I'm stressed out thinking I gotta be there at 6:30 p.m. And there's no options. It's not like I can do whatever I want. I have to be there at 6:30. And I have to get in my car and drive and all that shit and be there at 6:30. That's too, that's not my thing. I'm not a guy who likes, I'm very structured, but I don't like structure, if that makes sense. I'm very structured. I'll get all the stuff done. But I don't need to be told exactly to the time, to the T. I don't even know when my meals are going to be. I just eat. Like I know I have to eat. Right now, my diet plan I made for myself was 2,400 calories. For me, that's a fucking lot. Like I'm eating a lot of food. I don't say at 8 o'clock I'm eating, then at 11 o'clock I'm eating. I'm just eat, and then I look at my thing. Oh, it's a couple hours. I got to get some more calories. Eat again. Because I just make sure I get all the stuff done within the day. I got 2,400 calories. I got to eat by the time before I go to bed. I like that kind of flexibility. I'm the guy who I will get it done, but don't tell me when I need to get it done, right? Like let me do it on my own schedule. It's not like I'm good. It's not like I'm lazy. Like if you say, "Oh fuck, if I don't have a schedule, I'm not going to work out." Have I been injury free? Yeah. So yeah, every once in a while I get an overuse. I think every once in a while I get like an elbow sore or a knee sore or something like that. But I've never had anything where I had to like go to the hospital or something or had to stop working out. Nothing like that's ever happened. Because now also if I feel twinges in my body, because I realize injuries is that's the thing you want, the thing you want the least, right? So if I feel my knees feels, because you know when you feel a pain somewhere and it's like, okay, that wasn't good. But if you were 20 years old, you fucking work out anyways. You know, you're like, oh, my shoulder hurts. But you're like, fuck, I still got a couple more sets of bench. Now it's like, holy fuck, that felt weird in my shoulder. That's done. Bench is done. We're going to go over to something else. And I'll do an incline dumbbell or something. If that feels weird too, okay, chest is done for the day. We're just going to do the triceps. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, because one workout doesn't hold you back. Because our ego, because before we think if we miss one set, we're going to lose all of our gains. You realize, no. I can literally not work out for a fucking month. As long as I keep my diet clean, my body's not even going to change much. That's the funny thing is. That's the funniest thing, right? That we don't realize. What really sabotaged you is the fucking diet. If you all of a sudden decide you're going to eat a bunch of shit for a long time, all of a sudden you're out of shape. Anyways, whatever. No, I haven't really. You just have good body. You got to have good body awareness for yourself. If you feel something, it's also you got to be able to keep your ego in check, right? Because a lot of people like their knee hurts, but for some reason they think I got one more set of squats. No, squats are done, bud. Would you rather do that than fucking hurt your knee and then you're out for like a month, or would you rather just lay off and you'll probably be fine by fucking tomorrow? You'll be fine. Actually, you're gonna be fine anyways because you didn't hurt yourself. You felt like you were about to hurt yourself and you backed off. Because we know when a pain's a pain, or some exercise. Not every exercise is made for everyone, right? If you don't feel comfortable doing certain exercise and it feels like every time I do this exercise, my shoulder hurts. Okay, what's that mean? It means don't fucking do that exercise anymore. Because every time you do it, your shoulder hurts. Like, not everyone's bodies are different, right? Someone will say, oh my God, the bench press is the greatest exercise ever. Then some other guy will do it and he says, fuck, my shoulders kill every time I do it. Then you know what? The guy who thinks it's the greatest exercise ever, let him do it. and you need to go find something else. Maybe do a chest press machine or some dumbbells, or do incline first, or maybe warm up more, do flies first and then do bench. Whatever. Figure out what the problem is before it is a problem, right? Like if someone says, "Oh, squats, it hurts my back, I don't feel it in my legs." Okay, then don't do fucking squats. You don't need to do squats. Dorian Yates, I just saw a video on the guy, didn't do squats because he hurt his back, and he basically won all those Olympiads only doing leg press. If you look at all of his fucking videos, you go back and look at those blood and guts and stuff, he does leg press. And people think, "Oh, but you have to do squats to get huge." No. If it doesn't work for your body, you don't do squats. If bench press doesn't work for your body, you don't do bench press. You know how many bodybuilders and stuff don't do bench press? A lot, because they feel like it's not worth it. Like they don't get the results from it. Right? But lately I've been doing bench press, but I feel it now. Like I've figured out, because you can also figure out the form, and also don't use your ego. If you start using controlled, use the way you can handle. Right? Because we're not just bouncing weight off our chest and trying to be fucking tough and trying to do 1 or 2 reps and all this bullshit to see how much you can bench and all this crap. Next thing you know, you're fucking hurting your shoulders. You're not getting anything out of it. Whatever. So yeah, so keep your ego in check if you're trying, because you got to think of this as long term, like longevity, right? Got to think long term. We're not, because at some point you're not going to be 20 years old no more, right? So you got to think smart. You can't be injuring yourself, right? Like I'm 53. I'm sure I don't want to injure myself. That'd be just so fucking, I feel so fucking stupid. Like going there trying to do an ego bench press something at 53. What the fuck is my problem? I go in there and push hard. Don't get me fucking wrong. Like I'm not going to fuck around, but I also am not going to sacrifice shitty form to lift a weight. And I'm also not going to work through injuries. I'm not going to say, "Oh, fuck, that hurt. My chest is fucked, but let's go." That's how people like fucking, next thing you know, they got to have shoulder surgery, and they're just a guy who lifts weights in the fucking gym. They're not even an athlete. You fucking have a shoulder injury and you're just bench pressing? Like, people have a shoulder injury surgery should be a fucking guy who's like, I don't know, on the football team or something, right? Not some guy who fucking hurt himself in the gym, probably because obviously he knew it. He felt it every day that it was hurting. You know, people when I was younger that I knew that we were bench pressing with fucking shoulders that were fucked. They literally had to like stretch out, like, I don't know, it's just fucking weird. Yeah, anyways, guys, if anyone's on here, subscribe to the channel, Shaun Campbell 2.0, you know what I'm saying? Yo, freak accidents can happen, yeah. Like anything, yeah, freak accidents happen. So you can have surgeries and all stuff, yeah. Or have an injury. You can literally have injuries. You just want to avoid freak accidents, right? I mean, you want to avoid the ones you could, basically the injuries you can avoid them. Because there's so many signs that something's going wrong when it comes, especially gym injuries. Like if it's overuse injuries, that's what I'm talking about. Like stuff like you were saying with the body awareness, right? Like when you're being aware, you got to be aware of what's happening, right? If your knee's hurting when you're doing fucking deadlifts, okay, back off. Or if you feel like a sharp pain in your knee, because a lot of times you feel a sharp pain, but nothing really happened. You're like, okay, I'm fine. And you think you're going to be fine for the next set. But no, don't do that next set. That's the set that's going to be the problem. Because you felt a sharp pain the set before. That means that was your body awareness or your sign saying, "Hey, dude, back off." Because if you go and do a set after that, then get injured, then you can just look back and say, you know, that's your fault to some degree, right? Anyways, yeah, but accidents happen, yeah. Like I'm sure crazy things happen in the gym. Like people do get injured in the gym. People get injured everywhere. I can get injured. Well, fuck. Speaking of that, I had a crazy accident happen yesterday. Oh my God, reattach your hamstring. That's scary shit, man. Yeah, that can happen. That's probably more of an accident. Yeah, if fucking something happened to your hamstring, you probably, what happened? Did you go to sprint out of nowhere? Like I know one day I was like trying to chase my kids around, and I went to run real fast, and I felt like I felt something really just, it felt like something really bad happened to my hamstring. And my hamstring was sore for a couple of days, but then it was fine after. I'm like, holy fuck, that was scary. It felt like, did I fucking tear my hamstring or something? Because I went to like race my 8-year-old, and she was trying to be fast, and I let her get a head start on me, and I went to go real fast, and I felt like a pop or something in my hamstring. I'm like, oh my God, I've never had that happen in my life. So yeah, that shit does happen. And that's scary stuff. Like a hamstring, that's pretty serious. So I'm hoping that hopefully that works out for you, man. But I was gonna say also about accidents in the gym. I dropped the thing that people always joke around about, dropping weight on your foot. I dropped the fucking weight on my toe, and my toe is all swelled up right now. It's black and blue. But I'm starting to get movement out of it now. Like yesterday I literally dropped the weight on my toe yesterday. I was like, what the fuck, man? I was afraid to look. I didn't take my shoe off for like hours. I just kept my shoe on. I'm like, I don't even want to look. And then when I did look, it wasn't as bad as I thought, but it was bad. Oh my God, man, that sounds scary. Yeah, splits, holy shit. Was it a semi-tear, or is it like, did it tear right off? What happened? Or is it just ripped? Or what do they call it, a tear? Or, because you're saying reattached. If it ripped right off, that's some scary shit. Because you hear about people's biceps totally coming right unattached and it binds up. So did that happen to your hamstring? Because that'd be scary. That would scare the fuck out of me. Because that's like a real injury. That's not like that's not no bullshit. That's serious. Like people are like, oh my knee's sore or something. That's that's just like a little inconvenience. Okay, I don't know what the fuck all that means, but bullshit. But did your whole leg go black and blue? I'm imagining. That's what I'm picturing. No, hopefully that you get that repaired, my friend. So Matt, where are you from anyways? I'm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, if anyone's watching here. Damn. That's wild. Well, I wish you all the best, because that's like that sounds pretty serious. Thank God I've never, knocked on wood or whatever, I haven't had any serious like that happen to me yet. Oh, you're in London, okay. I'm from St. Thomas, Ontario, when I was born and raised as a kid, right? So London was right there, like 20 minutes from St. Thomas, Ontario. So I was born and raised in St. Thomas, Ontario. Lived in London for a little while in my 20s. Yeah. Never lived in Windsor though, but I know where it is. It's probably about 4 hours away from London, or 3 or 4 hours away, or more, maybe. Like anywhere from 3 to 4 hours away, I think. I'm kind of thinking 4.5. I don't know why I'm thinking that. So you got about a 4-hour drive to go into this surgeon, because London's where all the specialists are, right? London's known for that. A lot of people go into London for surgeries or see specialists and all that kind of stuff. Get Her Done is back in action. I love it. Like, share, and subscribe. I love it, man. Yeah, Get Her Done. I don't know if you like women's bodybuilding from the 80s and 90s, but I got 2 videos I put out from the 80s and 90s. One on Sharon Bernot and one on Gladys Portuguese. Gladys Portuguese is actually the wife of Jean-Claude Van Damme, but she was a female bodybuilder in the 80s. So it's kind of cool that I came across her video. So I did a little video about her video, right? Just talking about her bodybuilding career and stuff like that, right? And talk about the routine. I shared the routine from the 1985 Miss Olympia. It was kind of back when the girls weren't jacked, right? So the girls were kind of feminine and muscular. So it was a nice look. And she was very attractive. Like, she's like a model type thing, right? I think she was like a fashion model. She's shorter because but she's like a fashion model, like probably a commercial type model, right? Because she's very attractive. Jean-Claude Van Damme's wife. So but they're in their 60s. That's all these things I find out when I start doing a little research on these people, right? When I do videos. Yeah, check that out. Yeah, let me know how it goes, Matt. Yeah, because I'm sure I'll be on here. I try to come on here every single day almost, right? I made a goal to come on here every single day, but that's not realistic. But it kind of is sometimes, because sometimes I'll even come on here 2 or 3 times a day. Because I also sometimes I'll use this as a way to make a video. Like sometimes we'll come on here and I'll just talk about a topic, and I'll just kind of not talk much to the chat people. But I'll answer questions, but I'll still keep on my topic for the whole video. That way I can just like record it, and then I can download the recorded video, and I can edit it, and I got a video, and I got live, so I got watch hours from that. Then I got a video, so I got watch hours on that. So I don't know. It helps me create content sometimes. Like right now, I'm not doing it for content. I'm doing it for just to chill. Because this is more relaxed. As long as people are on here talking, I could sit here and talk all night. But if no one's on here, it gets kind of boring, obviously. You don't want to talk to yourself. So, but you guys are cool, so we're doing good. Yeah, you gotta let me know next week what's going on. That I'm curious. I'm hoping for the best for you. Yeah, women. I mean, I'm a fan of women who work out, right? I'm not really a fan of women who do drugs, but like when they push to that extreme, to each their own. You can do what you want, it's your body and all that stuff. But to me, it's a little bit too extreme, right? And plus, I'm not that big of a guy, so I'm a fan. Like, but that doesn't even matter, because some guys are small and they like their women like big and muscular, right? Because it's like a fetish or something, right? But I like my woman to be like fit, petite, and small, right? And fit. Ideally, right? Yeah. But we always say we have a type, but then all of a sudden you see a guy dating someone that's not, someday you say it's not even his type, right? So my type is just as long as I'm attracted to them, right? Yeah, but typically women working out is definitely a plus for me. Especially when they're really extreme about it. I like when they really take it serious. I like when a girl wants to go to the gym as much as I do. Like we go to the gym together. She wants to eat healthy foods and all that kind of stuff. When you talk about working out, they're actually interested in what you're talking about. Because it's kind of weird because my life revolves a lot around working out, right? So it's kind of weird if someone doesn't like working out and then we're together. It makes no sense. Because even right now, I'd be talking about this on here, and she'd be looking like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I'd want someone to be on here to say, if I'm talking, you got a girl in your life, she wants to come on, and she has stuff to say too. That's the kind of thing I like. But whatever. Right now, I'm just a single dude, so whatever. I'll find that fitness girl or whatever. She's out there. Because when I was younger, I think a couple of the girls I was with, like long-term relationships when I was younger, were also competed in natural bodybuilding competitions with me, right? So we'd prepare for shows together and all that kind of stuff. Go to the gym together, make meals together, and that was like 2 of my long relationships in my 20s and 30s, right? Well, that's good, Garrett. At least you're keeping active. You know what I mean? Because doing physical stuff like that is working out. It's active lifestyle, right? That's good. Like that's probably harder work than I want to do right now. Oh, you think you should be stretching and stuff more so you don't hurt yourself, basically? You got to be kind of warm up. You got to like warm up for work. It's like, you go to the gym, you warm up and loosen up. You got to warm up and loosen up just to go to your job. What's part of your job? Warm up before, like, yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just don't hurt yourself. I guess I'm sure you guys know all about that shit, right? Do you guys like wear lifting belts and stuff like that? Because I see people, some people that do like really physical labor jobs. They wear like belts and stuff and knee braces, all that kind of stuff, just to make sure no one gets hurt. Do you do anything like that? So I think some jobs require people, if there's a lot of lifting, they wear a weightlifting belt of some sort. Or maybe like arm sleeves and stuff like that. Just, I don't know, or knee pads too. I see, because some people have to like do stuff where their knee, their whatever, hit their knees on the floor, right? I don't want to walk into a joke there, right, about knee pads. So fuck, no diddy. Is that what they say? Because when I said knee pads, the first thing I thought, I was like, oh my god, what am I saying? What? So they're really tight fitted, like undergarments, I guess you'd call it. It's like they keep your body all tight, or what? $80 for a pair, sure. It's like, holy jumping Jesus. All right, guys. Well, I'm probably gonna jump off here pretty soon. It's like 11:30 in my time, hey. So I just said hey. So there you go. If someone asked me if a Canadian, why I don't say hey. I just said, I'm gonna jump off here, eh? Okay, well, shit. Okay, guys. I'm gonna jump off here, okay? I appreciate you guys coming on here and talking and all that stuff. And if you're new on here or you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. That helps out a lot. And also bang that notification button. I hear people say that all the time. I don't know anything about notification buttons. I guess it just tells you if like I'm on YouTube Live or something, or I posted a video. It kind of gives you that update. So if you want to do that, go for it. Because when I come on live, it's cool when you guys come on here, because there's nothing worse than coming on live and there's no one on here and I'm just talking to myself, right? Because then you feel like, oh my God, what am I going to talk about, right? Because you want to go, because you don't want to come on live and then just hang up. So you go on here and you just start talking randomly about whatever. It's almost like you're just having a little, whatever, self-journaling session. So you're talking to yourself. So yeah, no, it's cool that you guys are on here. So yeah, okay, eh? But anyways, guys, I'm jumping off for sure, because I gotta get off here. I gotta eat about, I think I got about 300 calories I gotta eat before I go to bed, because I gotta get my 2,400 calories, because I increased it. So I'm trying to increase my calories by 200 a day for the week, like every week increase it. So this week I'm going for 2,400 a day is my goal. And then next week it'll be 2,600. Then I'm just gonna keep increasing it to see where it gets to a point where it's just too much and I'm feeling like I'm force feeding myself or whatever, or it's just too much, right? Right now I can do it, but I'm not used to eating this much, because I'm used to always keep myself lean and mean, so I eat way less calories. So by increasing my food, you have to actually almost have to figure out how to time it all, because you're like, holy shit, how do I get all this food in? It's not that it's hard to do, but it's just that sometimes by the end of the day, you're like, holy shit, I got 800 calories left to eat, and it's fucking midnight. So you fucked up, right? So you have to almost make sure you eat more during the day, because when you're used to trying to be lean all the time, you're trying to actually put off eating. You're trying to spread it out as best you can, like 300 calories here, spread it all out to keep your body fat low. But I'm not trying to keep my body fat low right now. I'm trying to increase my muscle mass and my body fat a little bit higher, but just not get fat, if that makes any sense. And that's all relative to what I think fat is. Anyways, I'm out of here, dudes. It's been great talking to you guys. Yeah, check out my new videos, and I'm gonna be on here tomorrow anyways, so you're gonna see me. I'm sure you're gonna bump into me one of these days, because I'm gonna be on here every day, so you'll see me. Just come say hi, and we'll talk again another time. Thanks for stopping by. Get her done. Thanks for stopping by, Matt. Thanks for stopping by. We had a whole bunch of other people on here. Who else was I talking to? Petra, Abraham. Okay. Anyways, I'm out.